What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Weekly Throwdown. I'm your host, as always, representing way too many acronyms, Jordan Thomas, and I am joined by my lovely co-host,
Mr. Chris Fox, host of the Effin Sports Show, in control of the Armchair Athletics. You can go find our stuff at that Effin Show, EFIN Show over on Twitter. We got lots of stuff going on for you guys tonight. As we do every week, it's me, mano a mano with this guy right here. We're going to take the questions that are on your mind, coming from Her Majesty, and we are going to make the best case. The best man shall win. Jordan will lose, and we're going to give you a great show along the way.
You know, Chris, you did come out. You hit me pretty hard that first episode, but I came back swinging last week, and so
you did.
You know, it's time for round two.
I may have gotten a little cocky, and I paid the price for sure. Right. Nobody's fault but mine. But lesson learned. And speaking of lesson learned, look, here's the deal. We want to make the show interactive, right? We want to make this fun for everybody, right, Jordan?
Yeah, so, of course.
This is the deal. We want you guys to get involved. The way you do that is, as you watch the show, at the end, if Jordan wins this thing, what we want you to do is go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If Jordan wins, you hit the subscribe button. But if I win, I've gone into here. I've kind of hacked the system a little bit. I know a little thing about YouTube, algorithms, all that kind of stuff. If you hit that little bell, it's going to change colors. If I win, hit the bell, check it out. It'll change colors. It's going to blow your mind. He wins, hit the subscribe button. I win, ring the little bell, and join us next week because this is where you want to be.
Sounds like we're going to get a whole lot of new subscribers tonight because I'm bringing that ass whooping. It is time for the Weekly Throwdown.
Your queen has arrived. Acknowledge me.
Your Majesty.
Queenie, baby, before we get started, before you bust up with that first question, and before I land my first right hook on Chris, I do believe we want to hear a word from our sponsors. I lied. We do not. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I guess Chris already did all of that. Queenie, baby, take us in with that first question.
Let's go.
Put some respect on his name. Jordan.
No,
Boston Celtics battled back to finally win a game in the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 5 is tonight back in Boston. Does America's Butler close this out tonight, or does he decide to let it go 6 and beat the Celtics in Miami? And go ahead, try me and see what happens.
I'm going to try you. I'll try you right away. Listen, we all know where I'm at on this. My boy LeBron James, he went fishing. It's over. The dream is gone. So now I am all in on Jimmy Butler. I've been on this train on the eastern side of this bracket since round 1. It took me a minute, but I'm there. Listen, Jimmy don't need no game 6. He don't care if he wins at Miami. He's going to win the real thing in Miami in the NBA championship. This one, he has ended this bad boy tonight. Jimmy Butler's putting them out of their misery. He beat the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks in 5. He's going to follow that up by beating the number 2 seeded Boston Celtics in 5.
Look, I mean, honestly, this is a hard one. I've been on the Boston train the entire time that you've been on the Himmy train. And
Himmy!
Yeah, I mean, look, Butler's bringing it. I'm not going to take anything away from that. But this is up to Boston. And we all know the stat, 150, 0 for 150. 150 times teams have been down 0-3, and they are 0 for making the crawl back. Boston got one back. Tonight they could get another one. I like when they put out these stats because every time they mention a big stat like this, someone comes along and breaks it. The truth is this thing is still Boston's to lose. Boston's the better team. Boston in control. And they can stop whining long enough and actually play some basketball like they did the other night. They've got a chance to be 1 out of 151. I think they can do it. I think they can pull it off. All that remains to be seen is if they actually do. Boston can still take this.
Point, Jordan.
You see, I didn't even have to ask her to tell me who won round 1 because I already knew. I
actually wonder if, like, the whole Jimmy Butler thing, because you kiss her ass every week with Jimmy Butler. I wonder if you were actually behind Jimmy Butler, or if you just really just want the fucking point every week. I don't know.
Does it matter? I'm getting mine.
Not.
I'm winning.
Winning
Victory. W's. Queenie baby. What's next?
Here we go.
WWE Night of Champions is this weekend. Not that you two would know anything about being a champion. Which match do you think will steal the show? And no more impromptu copyrighted songs, Chris.
Hey, impromptu copyrighted songs or not, the answer's still the same. It's Seth freaking Rollins versus AJ Styles. Look, this is automatically the match of the night, and it's not just because a new champion will be crowned Seth freaking Rollins. It's because everybody knows that Seth freaking Rollins is going to be crowned champion, and that can only mean one thing. There's a chance that it doesn't happen. Look, even Bleacher Report is calling this the guaranteed outcome of the match. Seth has earned it. That is undebatable. He should get it. That's undebatable. Honestly, he probably is going to win it. But look, back in 2019, AJ Styles, Seth friggin' Rollins, maybe the match of the year for Money in the Bank. Look for them to put on the same kind of show. I think Seth still comes out on top, but you are going to get a show when this one comes down. I'm talking 20, probably 30 minutes of just all out. Who knows who's going to show up? This one's going to get crazy. Seth friggin' Rollins is still going to be on top because he is the superstar that WWE has been looking for. This is the match to watch. We all know it. Jordan, give me your bullshit, but you know I'm right.
Listen, I love Seth freaking Rollins just like the next guy. Don't get it wrong. And you know what? I love AJ Styles too. God, that match is going to be a 5-star classic. It's going to be a banger. But the question was, which match will steal the show? And remind me, Chris, was it my boy Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, or that main evented WrestleMania? Was it him? No, it wasn't him. Was it AJ Styles? No, I don't think it was him. You know what? It was the Tribal Chief. And look, I don't give a shit about what he's going on. He's the heavyweight champion of the world, competing in a piddly little tag team match we don't really care about. But what we do care about is his opponent. This is the redemption arc. This is the beginning of the story of Cody Stardust Rhodes. All right. Cody Rhodes is going to ride this wave throughout the year. He's going to get his rematch with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next season. And with that, it's nice that they created this new heavyweight championship belt so somebody else could, play champion for a while. But we know who the champion is. He's the biggest dog in the yard. It's Roman Reigns. It's our tribal chief. Acknowledge him. And the guy that is coming for him is Cody Rhodes. And guess what? I haven't even mentioned that he's going against the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Are you kidding me? This match is going to steal the show just like every other match that Cody Rhodes has been in recent memory. Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, he's going to get the best out of him. Book it. Queenie baby, who won?
The only reason Brock comes.
Point, Chris.
The only reason they bring Brock in is to lose, just like you, my friend, but it's okay. It's going down, and Queenie baby, as you like to say, maybe if I say Queenie baby, I'll get a few more points. We're on a
no.
Queenie baby.
That's my thing. Hold on. We got to call in the dogs. Gingerbread.
All right.
Underdog Fantasy is here to save your post-fantasy football season blues. The easiest place to play and win with the Underdog Fantasy app. Get up to 20 times your money in a single night with our Pick'em contests. Grab some insurance when setting your picks and win even when one pick fails. Go online now and use the promo code THROWDOWN to double your deposit up to $100. Sit gingerbread, good girl.
I love that dog. That dog's worth $100. If I say it, we've been over this, but I'm going to say every single show because I don't know if people really wrap your head around this. It's a free $100. You use a code. You go over to Underdog, which you're going to do anyway, to play the sports, to get some of the best games out there. You're going to put in your deposit, put in a couple more letters, and get a free $100. If I told you go outside on your front porch right now and get a free $100, you would go do it. Well, you don't even have to get up. Go get your free $100. Listen to Gingerbread. She's a smart girl.
That's good girl, Gingerbread. And speaking of good girls, Your Majesty, what do we have next?
Maybe not as
It's a
smart.
hockey question, which means Jordan is on thin ice. The Stanley Cup Finals are about to start with the Golden Knights up 3-0 in the Western Conference Finals, and America's hockey team, the Florida Panthers, already awaiting their opponent. Who wins the Lord Stanley's Cup?
The Lord Stanley's Cup.
No, it didn't even register with me that I would be talking about America's hockey team tonight. So I'm more excited to do that. So yeah, I'm going with America's hockey team.
Hold on.
Florida.
You're
Panthers.
going with Florida?
Yeah, I'm going with Florida.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. You go ahead. Bring this on. Here we go. Come on.
You don't want Florida? You don't like Florida? What's wrong with
Florida? I love Florida.
This is how you win points on this show. You go with the Florida team every time you win. But for real, Florida, there is a reason, Chris, that they won the President's Trophy this season, right? It's because they're the best damn team in the National Hockey League, okay? This team is downright offensive. They led the league in goals and by a wide margin. In fact, doing some research and some digging, you'll be proud of my hockey stats here. The Panthers scored 337 goals this season, the most in 28 years. 13 different players on this team with more than 10 goals for the season. And I may not be able to say their names, damn it, but I can read a good stat when I see it. And to me, listen, the team from Vegas, they're going to take out the one piece of hockey that I like, which is the Dallas Stars. And so, damn it, if I'm going for anybody, I'm going for the team that's taking that ass out. Give me America's team, the Florida Panthers.
See, this is the problem. This is why this is why I'm going to take you down this week, because of silliness like that. First of all right, yes, kudos and all things due to Florida for taking out the real President's Cup winners, the Boston Bruins. Look, Florida wants it. They took out the top guys. They've been taking everybody else out along the way.
Florida's been taking out all the Boston teams.
Everybody. No, like they are motivated. They are playing fantastic hockey, and they have made a run deserved of Lord Stanley's Cup. However, they're going to have to face either Dallas or Vegas to get that done. And now that Dallas looks to be out, and Florida came back. Let's not forget, Florida came back from down 3-0, just like Dallas is right now. But because Dallas sits in a hole, you jump ship from the last time we talked hockey, and you don't back your team anymore. My flip-flopping friend over here decides to back Florida instead. Yes, likely Vegas is going to move on. Marchessault, Stevenson, and Carlson all have 7 goals. Eichel and Stone have 6. These guys are playing hard. This is a hell of a series, but Vegas has found a way to win. They've won both the first overtime games. They gave a proper thumping to remind Dallas who's actually in charge of this in Dallas the other night, 4-0. Look, don't give up on the Dallas Stars, because if Florida can do it, Dallas can do it. These two teams create epic rivalries. They are awesome when they get on the ice. But whoever comes out of this is going to win the cup, and it's going to be Vegas. They've been atop the West since Christmas. They haven't relinquished it. They haven't lost it since they took it from the Stars in the first place. They're going to move on to the Stanley Cup. Florida's luck might run out, and Vegas will be the ones holding up their cup.
Point, Chris.
So it was easy to know that you were going to get the hockey question. But listen, you can say all you want about me, but I just want to reiterate one thing. My favorite athlete of all time is LeBron James. So there are two things that I'm all about. It's flopping and hopping teams. What's next?
Nikola Jokic may not have won the league MVP this year, but he did win the Western Conference Finals MVP. It would be nice if one of you would step up and be MVP of this show, but I digress. Did the NBA get the MVP vote right?
Oh, well, first of all, the real MVP of the show is Our Majesty, because that was the best pronunciation of
fantastic.
Jokic I've ever heard.
That
So
was fantastic.
listen.
No.
Nikola Jokic.
You're not doing it. You're not starting on this one because
Okay.
whatever you have to say is completely moot right now. Just like the hockey question. No, I'm stepping in. I'm taking this one, yanking it. Go flip flop over there. You probably had a position after I speak. I'll give you a chance to flip flop on it because look, Joe, whatever you want to call him, Jokic, the Joker, as they call him in the NBA. You know who calls him the Joker? Your boy, LeBron. You know what else LeBron calls him? The deserved MVP of the Western Conference Finals. The reason being that LeBron looks at the entire package. He came out. He is quoted as saying that the Joker deserved to win this, and it's not because of the stats. It's because of the style of play. He sees what type of player Jokic is. He is aggressive. He is the man on the floor. He takes control of games. He throws people off balance, to use LeBron's word. He deserves it because the people in the league understand he deserves it. And if that's not good enough for you, when they asked Jokic who deserves it, he said Embiid deserves it. He said he's not going to take anything away. Look, that's a guy, that is an MVP. That is a guy who game recognized game. LeBron recognized Jokic. Jokic recognized Embiid. That's no disrespect to Embiid. It's no disrespect to Giannis. But being the MVP is more about big numbers. It's about big play, and Jokic does it all. And that's the reason he's still in this, actually playing for the finals, actually playing for the whole dang thing, and nobody else is, because he is the deserved MVP.
All right, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I get it. No. Nikola Jokic, he's the best player on the planet right now. He is. I said it. He's got my boy LeBron. He's got my boy Luka. He's got Giannis. He's definitely got Embiid. Right? I get why they gave the regular season MVP award to Embiid. Frankly, I think if the voters had gotten it right, Embiid would have got the MVP last year, and Joker would have got the second one this year. Just saying. But we're talking about the Western Conference Final, right? And who deserved to be the MVP in the Western Conference Finals? Listen, I get it. Jokic did his thing. He threw it down. He averaged a huge triple-double. He was badass.
The most in a season.
Great, right? But the killer of the king, the guy that stepped on the neck when it mattered in this series and who deserves the MVP, was Jamal Murray. Anybody who watched that series watched every single time. Every time the Nuggets needed an answer, it wasn't Jokic, it was Murray. Murray was a killer in the fourth. Murray was a killer in the third. Murray was a killer whenever it all mattered, right? Not only that, listen, I get it. Jokic is balling out at a historic rate, but let me tell you about something that Nikola Jokic has never done. Let me tell you about something that Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and the greatest to ever do it, King LeBron James, has never done. First time NBA history, whether it's the Eastern Conference, whether it's the Western Conference, somebody averaged 30 points a game on 50, 40, 90 shooting, and it was really closer to 50, 45, 95. Jamal Murray was unfucking stoppable in the Western Conference Finals. And listen, we got what we expected out of Jokic. They would not have swept the Lakers without Jamal Murray.
Hi, Queenie.
Point, Jordan.
I just wanted her to acknowledge me. I didn't even want to have to ask for it.
Look, you know what? all the shoveling around here, all the BS is going on, all the crap. What is it? Okay, never mind. You know what? Take your point, because there's one question.
Oh,
left.
I took it. All right. Just like I'm about to take this one. What's that last category?
Oh, you're going to take it.
The NBA is discussing adding a technical foul ruling for flopping. And if that's the case, this show would have been fouled out for as much it has flopped. Do you think this needs further policing?
I'll tell you it needs policing.
No.
Your mouth, Your Majesty.
This doesn't need to be further policed. Listen, I get it. There's already a fucking rule in place. Like, there is already a rule for this. The refs can already do something about this. They don't, right? If they want to police it a little bit more heavily, great. More power to them. But here's what I don't want. I hate this iteration of this rule, because the last thing I want is for my basketball game to now be interrupted further by giving somebody a technical foul and allowing somebody to shoot a free throw and get possession back, right? Listen, we don't need all of that. I don't need extra time to sit around and listen to Jeff Van Gundy bitch for 90 minutes about how this era's NBA is soft. I get it, Jeff. Fuck out of here. I'm so sick of that guy. There's one thing I've learned in this playoffs is I hate Jeff Van Gundy. I'm sick of listening to him talk about how soft this era is. And I get it, man. There's some truth to it, but shut up.
It's true, but yeah,
we get it. With that, right? Look, given the technical foul, it's not the way, man, because to me, the flop is always going to be subjective, right? And man, good luck proving that. And to me, what that does for the league is it puts the outcome of games more in the hands of referees than it does in the players. I'm absolutely against it. Do I think they should probably be a little bit, tougher with the rule that they already have? Sure. But this new rule can kiss my ass.
For once, we are in absolute complete agreement. I'm going to take a little different angle with it, but I agree. This rule is completely unnecessary because it already exists. So what if some guy flops? Like, listen, pay attention, because all the medical experts are about to start coming out the woodwork and talking about how it's better to flop than try to stop yourself in an awkward position, blah, 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 from hitting the floor, all this craziness. A flop is subjective, and you're absolutely right. Fans don't want to see it because a Laker game will last for fucking ever. You'll never finish a goddamn Celtics game if we're calling flops and all this crap. NBA players are the biggest whiners in sports history. It didn't used to be that way, Van Gundy. Don't call me, don't text me. We understand. I don't need an hour-long speech about it, like Jordan said. But the fact is anytime you call this, they're going to try and dispute it, and it's going to last an hour on the goddamn court while the coaches dispute it, the player disputes it, the captain disputes it, Van Gundy's going to go out on the floor and dispute it. Like, everybody's going to be freaking Scott Van Pelt's going to call in from the studio. Like, it's ridiculous. If a player flops, they got the same goddamn problem in soccer. They got the same goddamn rule in soccer. The difference is in soccer is completely obvious. In the NBA, they don't care because they know it's not getting called. It shouldn't get called because it is going to make the game longer. It's ridiculous. We know these guys do it. They're always going to have an excuse. They whine enough as it is. They do not need another reason. Frankly, I can't imagine refs want to even try to enforce this rule. The refs have to be screaming, get rid of this thing. We don't want it. Don't do it. It's dumb. Jordan, high five on that, my friend, because it's just dumb.
Hold on. Let's do that again. Are you ready? Boom. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3. Bam.
Yeah, there it is.
Queenie,
Give us a point for that, Queenie. Come on.
Even though I think both of you could use a lesson in manners, the blue-eyed charmer is back in my good graces this week. Chris Fox, I dubbed the Weekly Throwdown champion.
So you gotta give her a little
Winner, Chris.
Apparently, you just have to agree with my point on the final show.
Look, there's a strategy to this. It's strategery. That's my actual picture, by the way. You can take apps and turn them into automation. Look, Jordan, you played a fine game, and honestly, I agreed with a lot of your points, and I think you did a really great job. But the ass kissing's got to go. Your seat on the throne is gone. The crown is mine.
I'll be back.
Loser.
Loser, dumbass Jordan.
You got knocked the fuck out.
I love you, JT, Your Majesty. Hey, whatever. Look, guys, we've talked about the whining. We've talked about the dumb rules tonight. There's one more for you, and me and JT have talked about this at length. Are you kidding me with this NFL rule about if you freaking fair catch the ball under the 25? Are you freaking, what the hell? NFL, you were on such a roll. We had a great draft. We got a great schedule. We got 4 new quarterbacks in the NFC South. We've got a controversial rookie class. We got things like just wonderful. And then you come out with this rotten egg of a what in the hell are you? This is worse than the flop rule in the NBA. Look, everybody's screaming about this one. I don't know how it got passed. They say the players didn't pass it. The players are whining about it. The refs are whining about it. The people returning the kicks are crying about it. They should be. More importantly, the fans are crying. This is the dumbest thing I ever heard of. If I fair catch it within 20, under the 25, get to the 20. We already lost kickoffs. We already don't get kickoffs. Now forget about run backs. Look, run back specialists, thing of the past. Let it go. It's never going to happen again except on a punt. Like, what are we doing? It's people are just trying to screw up the game on purpose. And frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm writing a letter. I'm investing in the Kleenex company on behalf of the NBA. It's freaking over. Thanks for the win. Come back. Check us out next time. Don't forget that little button's going to change colors when you hit it. That little subscribe button, ring that little bell, ding, 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 ding. It's going to change colors. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you guys for joining us every week. Thank you, Miss Queen, for the win. Come back next week and watch me win again. Everybody be safe. Take it easy. We're out of here.